If you are a Canva user and a Canva lover like myself, y'all, I have the video that you literally cannot miss. Canva tried to be really sneaky and sneak by some really cool updates that I'm going to be bringing to you in today's video. So, if you are ready to learn all of these new Canva updates, definitely stay till the end because the last one that I have is definitely my favorite. If you are new here, and my name is Lauren, and I'm a craft producer here at Makers Gonna Learn, where we strive to bring you inspiration, education, and motivation to get crafty in whatever way that is. And in today's video, like I said, we're going to be focusing in on Canva and some really cool crafty things that you can do inside Canva with your designs, whether that is for print-on-demand products that you might be creating, digital products, maybe your own little crafty things that you're creating. No matter what it is, I definitely think that these new features are really going to be a game changer for you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into Canva and check out these new updates. So the first thing that we are going to be talking about now that we are here in Canva is going to be the new functions that you have with group and ungroup. So in the past, you have just been able to group and ungroup all together. So you can see these are all elements that I have chosen from the element section just to kind of create like a collection, a name, whatever. And used to, all you were able to do was come in here, select them all and group them all together. And that was that. You would have to ungroup them to work with each separate individual element. However, now Canva allows you to select the group and then select one individual piece inside the group. And from there, you can size it up, move it around, make it smaller, move it back, bring it forward, whatever you want to do. But you can now click the group once, click it again, and select an individual piece. Now that we're back to our original design, another thing that you can do that I really love is you can ungroup one singular element. So used to, if you just wanted to pull out one element to switch it out, you would have to ungroup the whole thing, bring a new element in, and then regroup it all back together. And that is not the case anymore. Once again, you're going to click on the group, then you can double click, you can click again whatever element you want, and then you can ungroup only that singular element and it still keeps all the other pieces grouped together. So that feature is one that I absolutely adore, especially as a Cricut user and having that option to ungroup one specific piece. I think that this is definitely going to be one that the crafters that are now using Canva, they are going to really, really love. So that is the first little change that they have updated that I really like. Now, the second thing that we are going to be talking about is not necessarily something new per se, but they are making it better and better every single day. And that is being able to take images and turn it into a video. Now, this is going to be great for those of you all who may be creating Etsy listings and you need that listing video, or maybe you're wanting to create social graphics with a photo behind your text that has movement. Either way, there are lots of different ways that you may use this, but what we're going to do is we're just going to take an image that we found in the elements section and we're going to turn it into a video. Now, I do need to be 100% transparent with you guys. You cannot take a pro image and turn it into a video. So this is going to be great if you take your own photos, things like that. You can quickly turn them into a quick video. So you're going to make sure that you select the image that you want to turn into a video. You're going to come up here to where it says edit. And then right here in the Magic Studio, you're going to scroll over to where you see image to video. Now, once again, let's notice that this has a crown on it. That means that it is a Canva Pro feature. So you do have to have Canva Pro to use this, but I promise you, investing in Canva Pro, if you are a designer or you want to be a digital designer, is going to be 1,000% worth it. We use it all the time. So how we're going to do this, remember, we have to select the image and then we're going to select this image to video. And then you can make it a smart video. This is just it's going to move the water how it thinks it could. Or you can make a custom video and you can describe how you want the motion, how you want it to happen. I think I'm just going to do smart because I just want these waves to kind of wash up on the shore a little bit. And then it's going to click generate and then it will generate you a short 3-second video. So you can see it gives you a preview of your video. I'm not merely a fan of that. You can click generate again if you don't like it, or if you do, you can go ahead and add it to your design. And here you can see it has turned this image into a video. Now, is this one a great one? No, absolutely not. Let's see if we can maybe change it up. Let's just do like a fire. See if what we can do with this one. Maybe we just want some flames. I'm not sure. So let's test this one out. We'll go to edit. Let's go to image to video. This was a pro image and I didn't realize it. So let's just go back to fire again. Here is one that is not a pro image. We can see here, edit, image to video, smart, generate. Now that one's pretty cool. So you can add that to the design and see what it looks like. So just know that it may work better for some images and not as good for others. So just keep that in mind if you are taking an image and trying to turn it into a video. Next up on the list is motion text. So you can quickly add motion to a text, whether that be for a graphic that you may be creating, a digital invitation that you may be creating, or something to share on social media. So what you're going to do is you are going to select the text that you want to put motion on. Now, it does have to be an actual text. It can't be an image of text. It has to be an actual text box, because you have to come up here to where it says effects. Now, after you have selected effects at the top, if you scroll all the way down, you can see there are different apps that you can use with text. So the one that we are going to be using is the one called Motion Text here. And what you are going to do is you are going to search through some of the motion texts that they have here. And then you can add this to your graphic. So you can search wave, bounce, 3D, and you can go through all these. Now, I will say there's not really a ton to choose from, but it is a good amount. And I do think that they will be adding more, but it is a really fun feature. So let's do this one. Let's type it all in caps. And then you can even come down here. You can add a gradient sweep on it. That's cool. Animate transition as well. You can up the speed. You can change the way that it tilts, tilt back. This one tilts forward. This one tilts to the left. You can come down here and do the text effect. So our letter fill, we can change the color palette if you want to. You can change the line fill. So the extrude color is the background color. So we can maybe change that one to pink. You can put an outline effect and change the outline color if you want to, and up the width of it. Interesting. You can add this animate transition. I love this. It can come up, and then let's just see what it looks like. We've got a lot of animation on this, but play around with it, have fun with it, and just really kind of see what you can do. This is not something that I feel like is going to be used on a ton of designs, but it is definitely something good to have in your back pocket when you are designing, just to have it as an option. So here is what it looks like. So maybe we make it the same size as our page. So it's like going in and out of the page right here. And then maybe let's get rid of this Monday. And then you can see how you can kind of make it your own. So that is the motion text effect that you now have access to. So now you can switch up your text and make it move and make it really fun and exciting. Now, before we dive into these other 3 features that I want to tell you about inside of Canva, I want to talk to those who may be ready to learn how to sell either digital products, physical products, or print-on-demand products on Etsy. You all know us here at Makers Gonna Learn. We love to bring you inspiration, education, motivation to get crafty, but we also know that so many of you all want to take that skill set that you have, that craftiness that you possess, and you want to turn it into cash. Well, I have the one-day premiere conference for you that you have to attend, and that is called the Etsy Etsy effect. And y'all, it is coming up in about a week, so you need to get signed up now. This is going to be for those who really want to learn how to optimize. Maybe you have an Etsy shop and you want to learn how to scale and optimize your shop. This is for you. Maybe you just have skills, or maybe you don't have an Etsy shop, but you want to learn how to create income with your creative ability. Y'all, this is for you too. So if you haven't already, check out that first link down below and get signed up for the Etsy effect, because I promise you, it's not going to be one that you want to miss. Also, if you haven't already and you're enjoying this video, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button and maybe even subscribe to our channel so that you can be notified when we do bring you updates and get crafty. Now, let's go ahead and jump back over into Canva and talk about these last 3 features that I am obsessed with. And y'all, like I said earlier, this very last one is hands down my favorite one. Okay, y'all, this next feature that I'm going to talk to y'all about is pretty dang cool. And that is where you are going to be able to take PNG images and vectorize them. And this is with an app called Vectorizing. So you need to have a PNG image on your screen. And if there is anyone out there that doesn't understand the difference between a PNG image and an SVG, a PNG image is a portable network graphic that is comprised of pixels, meaning this image is put together with pixels. They are square lines, and if you zoom in really far, you can start to kind of see the pixelation. A SVG, or a vectorized graphic, is a scalable vector graphic, and it is put together not with pixels, but in layers, meaning this green is going to be a separate layer from the pink. So this is a way to quickly turn PNG images into SVG images. So we're going to select this image, come over here to this right-hand side, come down to where it says apps, and then you'll type in Vectorify. It's Vectory. So Vectorify, it is also a pro feature, but y'all, I think it's going to be worth it. You can also choose if you want black and white or if you want full color. Obviously, we're going to start with full color. So we're going to select convert to a vector. Now, after we have done that, we can simplify. I love the fact that you can change the color palette to something different. That one looks really cool. You can kind of play around with it, choose a different, or keep the original, either one. This one's also really cool. And then you can edit colors and shapes. You can edit the number of colors. So you can bump this down. You can see how it starts taking away some of those details when you bump those colors down. We'll keep it there. You can also edit the colors and shapes. So we'll keep that one the same. But let's say I wanted to get rid of that white. So I can select it here and I can get rid of that. I can also get rid of the insides. So we'll do one at a time. So we want to erase that one, and then we'll erase the inside here. You have to do it with all of it if you really want to turn it into a good vector image. Now, I don't want to erase any of this. It did erase, I see over here, it erased some of the white behind that. That's fine. We can work with that. But then you can erase that one too. I think that is good. Then we'll go back here and double check this. That's a really cool color combo right there. I like that. But we'll stay with our original. Perfectly fine. You can also simplify your vector graphic. So if you wanted to take some of the detailing off of it, you can simplify it. You can see here. I think I'm just going to keep all the detail on for right now. And now all we have to do is click Add to Design. And now we have, let's duplicate this page, get rid of this one. And now we have a really cool dot and a really cool graphic. Y'all look at this. I love it. Now, the next one that I'm going to be talking to y'all about, I'm going to come over here to our uploads, and we're just going to grab this picture of myself here just so I can kind of show you how this works. I just kind of found this one on a fluke. It's in the apps, but it is called Choppy Crop. And I think that this could be used in a really cool setting depending on what type of design. So like if you were doing like an old school collage design, I think that this choppy crop would be great for this. So you can do it either polygonal, you can do it freehand, or you can do it magnetic. So what you're going to do if you do polygonal, we're going to start cropping. And all you are going to do is start clicking around your image. And you can put as many or as few points as you want around your image. So if you want it super choppy, you're just going to do as few points as possible. Like this side is not going to be as choppy. Like I said, you can put as many points as you want. Let's say we wanted it to be closer here. And then from there, you're just going to, so let's try it again. We're clicking, 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 clicking. And then you do have to connect it. So you can't just do it all. You have to connect it. You can see I connected it here at the bottom. And then after you've done that, you can apply crop. And there you have kind of like you've cut it out with scissors. So that's what the choppy crop is. Now, let's say we wanted to do it free-handed. What you would do is you would just come in here and you would kind of draw around it. Okay, so the freehand is a lot different than I thought it would be. So let's reset this and let's try the freehand. Click and draw around your subject. So you cannot let go. Gotcha. And that's how you freehand it. So I can see the freehand being useful for like an iPad and an Apple Pencil. So you can kind of see how I got that. And then we can apply the crop, but that's not a great one. But maybe the freehand would be better if you were using like an iPad and an Apple Pencil. But I do really like this app, and I don't think we need to sleep on it. Now, the very last one that I have, which is hands down my favorite, and one that I think you all are going to have to probably play around with quite a bit, is another app, and that is the Type Studio app. Y'all, there are so many templates you can choose from with the Type Studio app. I mean, look at all of this. Look at everything that they've already got created that you can choose from. Now, these are all just templates, but you can come up here to create new design. And what you're going to do is you're going to type in what you want it to say. For example, this one says Hello World. You can change your font here. You can upload one of your own fonts into Type Studio if you want to. Let's go to upload a font. We'll choose a file. We'll choose a TTP. Let's see if we've got any downloads. .otp. Here we go. Cherry Block is one. We'll upload that one. Okay, so you can see we can upload our own font. You can work on your letter and line spacing inside this app as well. Love that. Maybe even take out the comma. So now it just says Hello World. And you can change, you can add a warp effect. So they have plenty of warp effects that you can choose from. This one turns it into like a box. You can also do your own custom warp effect. You can see here, it's just going to change these points. You would then bring these two down to make it straight. You can play around with it, move these around. What I love about this is it allows you to fit a text inside an area that otherwise you may not be able to. And this is going to give you a hand lettered effect without having to learn how to hand letter. So you can distort it. You can warp it. This is just warping on the bottom like here. This is your center point. You're going to move these up and down and out and around. Or you can turn it into a shape. So this one is a circle. This one is a oval, and you can see you can change it into any of these shapes. You can scale up your font, scale your font down. You can change your letter spacing. Of course, something like this is going to be better if you have a line of text and you want it like around a square. You can also kind of change where your words start with this shape offset. So coming back over here, that's not really, I just don't think that this text is good as a good example, but you can play around with the shape. Obviously, our letter spacing don't know what's going on here, what I have done, but we obviously don't want that. We're going to come back to here and maybe just do something like that. You can add an effect, a decoration effect, which I am obsessed with. You can add a shape effect here. Also obsessed with this. And then you can add color. So let's say we want green, purple. What's our font color? Here's our gradient colors that we can choose from. A shadow effect. What in the world? This is amazing. I am so stinking obsessed. Decoration color, pink here. Oh, our font color. We got to choose our font color. What about, you can also add textures. Like we've got a lot going on right here. Like there's a lot, but you can see how you can add so many things to this. So shadow effect. So this is just a solid. This is a stripe. You can change the angle of the shadow. Outline effect. That's just, even more. Outline color. Y'all, this is getting wild. I don't know. Let's just add it to the design and see what we got because that's crazy. That is insane to me. So where can I add it to right here. Add to design. Beautiful. And then here, this is our wild and wonderful, wacky hello world. There's a lot going on, but y'all, you have so many things that you can do in this Type Studio app. I think it is so cool. Once again, this is obviously, I was just trying to put as much on here as I could, but y'all, I love it. Y'all, what did you think about all of those Canva features? I mean, honestly, I've been obsessed with Canva forever at this point, but it just keeps getting better and better. And these updates are, in my opinion, the bee's knees. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know if there's something else, like a different feature in Canva that you use quite frequently that maybe you don't feel like a lot of people know about. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this or if you feel like you're going to use any of these Canva features while you are designing. And y'all, like I said, if you haven't already, and you either want to, one, scale your Etsy shop to start creating more income, or two, start an Etsy shop so that you can really use your creative brain to bring in income, make sure you click that first link down below and get signed up for the Etsy Effect, because I promise you, it's going to be a conference that you do not want to miss. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Let me guess. You have found yourself here at this video because you want to learn how to take the amazing graphics that you see inside of Canva and turn them into stickers. Well, let me just tell you, you have found yourself in the right spot, because making stickers in Canva to then upload and cut on our Cricut at home is one of our favorite things to do. If you're new here, my name is Lauren and I'm a craft producer here at Makers Gonna Learn, where we strive to bring you inspiration, education, and motivation to get crafty, whether that be with your Cricut or another design platform. And today, we are gonna be combining two of those design platforms, which is going to be Canva and Cricut Design Space. I'm going to teach you exactly how you can create your stickers in Canva, because let's be honest, Canva has a lot of amazing graphics that would make amazing stickers, but learning how to create the offset that a lot of stickers has may be a little bit confusing. So I'm going to walk you through all of that process in today's video. So make sure you stick around till the end to see the final product. So let's go ahead and dive in and start creating and making our stickers. Now, before we hop into Canva, I'm going to start here on the Makers Gonna Learn website, because I want to show you how you can take your own files and upload them into Canva and make them into stickers, but also how you can take elements and graphics from Canva and turn them into stickers as well. Now, if you aren't a Makers Gonna Learn member, we do have a $7 trial. If you're seeing things on here that you're like, oh my gosh, I want that, we do have a 7-day trial where you get access to our full website, not only cut files, which, by the way, we have thousands of, and fonts and classes and courses, so much in our membership. But back to the trial. We have a $7 trial because we feel like we love to maybe try it before we buy it. So why would our customers not? So click that link down below if you want to try us out for $7 for a week. And also there's that, speaking of Happy New Year's, I just downloaded this file. But we have another link down below because we have a New Year's Eve event coming up on December 31st that you definitely don't need to miss. You've got to get on that wait list because we have a huge announcement happening at our New Year's Eve event. So make sure you get on the wait list for that and make sure you mark your calendars to be there if you don't have plans. So after you have grabbed the files that you want, we are going to hop back over to Canva and we're going to start here on the home screen. Now, to create our sticker sheet and to make it super simple and understandable for everyone, we're going to start with the purple plus or create icon up here in the left-hand corner. From there, you're going to come down here to custom size. We are then going to change the units from pixels to inches, and we're going to make the width of our design 6 inches by 9 inches. Now, that's going to fit perfectly within the print and cut parameters that we have in Cricut Design Space. So we're just going to make it 6 by 9 and select Create New Design. And this is the area that you have available to put all of your stickers in. Now, before we go any further, I am going to do this so that if you only have a free version of Canva, you can follow this tutorial step by step just as easily. But before I start uploading and actually creating my stickers, I'm going to come up here and change this background color to either a light gray or something that is going to contrast well against our stickers because we're not going to be downloading this as with a transparent background. Remember, I'm going to show you how you can do this even if you have a free account. So we're going to have to download with the background. So we want something that is going to contrast well. Once we get into Design Space, we can remove that background. So I'm changing this color to gray. And now what I'm going to do is start uploading our designs. So you can do this a couple ways in Canva. You can either do this by coming over here to Uploads, select Upload File, and now you can choose any of these files that we have downloaded. Once it has downloaded, you can then pop it into your Canva document here. Or my personal favorite way to upload a file is just bringing my Finder into view. And then I can drag and drop any of these images that I want into my Canva document. Now, another thing that I want you all to be aware of and know is we want to upload the PNG versions of these files. It's just going to make it a whole lot easier on you to upload the PNG versions. And we're just going to start arranging all of our stickers here on our page so that they fit together. After you have uploaded all of the files that you want to use, what I'm going to do now is teach you how to create an offset on these files so that you can have an offset on your stickers. So select the graphic that you want to create an offset on. We're then going to come over here to the edit button. You are going to scroll down to where it says shadows. And then from there, we are going to choose the outline. Now, what this does is that creates an outline on your graphic that you can see here. But right now, all of these are going to still cut out separate because they are a little further away from each other. So if you wanted to create a larger outline, all you have to do is scroll down here, and where it says size, we can just bump the size of that up so until everything touches. Now, that does mean that it is going to make your graphic inside there just a little bit smaller, but you can size it up, no problem. You can then change the color. I'm going to change it to white because we just want a white offset on all of our stickers, or you can make it really whatever color you want. And then we are just going to resize it here. And another thing that I like to do is I like to crop these bounding boxes as close as I can. It just helps me when I'm designing get a better idea of this actual size of the sticker. So now when I make it smaller and larger, I can see that this is around a little bit less than 2 inches in width and 2.5 in height, which is a very good standard size for stickers. And then you can resize and you're done. So we're just going to keep working with these. Once again, we're coming up here to edit, coming down here to shadows, adding an outline here, making either the outline larger or smaller, depending on what you are going for. Changing the color. I'm just making all of mine white. This one would be very cute with a light pink. Actually, I might go with a light pink offset on this one. I think that's super cute. And then we are just going to, once again, this is just a personal preference, not anything you have to do. But like I said, I like to get a really good understanding of the size by bringing this bounding box in as close as I can. And then I can resize. So that one I can actually make a little bit bigger. And then we're just going to place that there. And now we're just going to keep adding our offset onto all of our stickers on our sticker sheet. Now, if you want to use Canva elements, because let me tell you, Canva has some great elements, you can do that. So what you would do is over here on the left-hand toolbar where it says elements, you can search for exactly what you are wanting to find. So let's just say I'm kind of going for like this pink holiday. So I'm just going to type in pink holiday and then come down here to graphics and find some things that I think would make super cute stickers. Actually, I changed directions. I'm not just going to do holiday. I'm going to make some of my own because I've seen some things like that I really think that you all would also love. Okay, so I've grabbed a couple elements from Canva just to kind of show you how you can manipulate and turn them into stickers as well. So this one, I am going to add a text box, and I'm also going to show you how to add text and how to add an offset to your text so that you can kind of mesh them all together. So I'm just adding a little bit of I'm also going to go ahead and add an outline to this one as well. We do have to change it to white so that we can see it. And then I might even curve it just a little bit. Yeah. So we've got social battery, and then I'm going to also add another text box, and we're just going to do here. So here is a social battery. Let me actually change our text color, see if it shows up better with black. Actually, I like it better with black. I think I can read it better with black. And then I'm going to select all of these and group them together. That way I can now size them accordingly. So there is one with some text on it to show you how you can add text to your designs and group them together. And then I'm also going to add a text box on top of this one. Once again, I'll show you how you can group them. But we're going to go to here. But before I do that, I want to cover up these lines so that you can see the words better. So I'm just taking a box here, and then I'm going to change it to the same color as that graphic, white. And then I can bring this in here like this. And I'm not feeling that. So let's find us another. Oh, I love that. And then we're going to group this one together and just kind of resize it. And then I'm also going to add, I've been eyeing this sticker for a while. So I'm going to find love. We're going to change the color of this one. And I love a good tone on tone. And then once again, we're going to group these together. So after you have done all of the things added, we do have to, let's ungroup these. We do have to go ahead and add our offset to our base. So we're going to come back in here. I've ungrouped those. I'm adding my offset to my heart here like this. I'm going to change it to white. Same thing with this one. I'm going to have to ungroup this and then go to my base layer, come down here to effects, add an outline. Now, it will make it just a little bit smaller, but I'll show you how we can fix that. So I'm going to zoom back in and I'm going to bring this in. And I've been thinking about this. I'm going to make this white part just a little bit longer here. And another thing that you can do is you can curve the corners. You can round the corners of your design. So here I've kind of got it rounded, and I'm just going to move this down and move this down as well. And then I'm going to select them both and make them both just a little bit bigger like this. And then once again, we'll select them all and group them back together. Now, After you have done that and you have filled your sticker sheet up, I'm just going to duplicate some of these. I do have to group these back together. I'm going to duplicate some of these because I do want a couple of these. And then once you are done with that, we are ready to share. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to share. We are going to download this just as it is. We're not going to do it as a transparent background, but we are going to download. And then after we have done that, we are going to hop over to Cricut Design Space and we are going to pull in this sticker sheet that we have now created. So after it's downloaded, we're here in Design Space. We're going to come over here to upload. We're going to upload image. I'm going to pull my Finder back into view. I'm going to go to my downloads and I'm just going to drag and drop that sticker sheet that I just created. We're going to go to continue. And here is where we are going to select this gray box and we are going to delete that background. So that is where we can do that. Now, you can zoom in if you feel like it has missed something. You can zoom in, but it looks like it did really well with that one. So after we have done that, we're going to go to apply and continue. And we want this as a flat graphic. So after we have uploaded this as a flat graphic, oh, I did miss some spaces. So let's just go ahead and go back to upload, upload image. We do have to bring our Finder back into view, bringing that social battery back in here. Continue. You do need to be cognizant of this because I did miss up here in the candy cane. So if you have areas on your design like right here, just make sure you go through there and contour them out. And I think I need to go in just a little bit more. There was one there in the social battery. We can get rid of that guy there. And then right here as well. The rest of it I think is great. We're going to go to apply and continue. Once again, this is a flat graphic. Upload. And now we have our sticker sheet. Now, it does come in larger than what it needs to be. Now, to keep the sizing properly after you have done that, you do need to come over here and make sure that we change our width back to 6. That's just going to ensure that you have everything is sized properly because we are making it the same size as the document in Canva. Now, before we go to print, there is one more thing that you may want to do if you want to check your offsets. You can change your background color to gray so that you can check your offsets. And then from there, we're going to go to make it. We're going to change our material size to 8.5 by 11. For some reason, ours comes in completely different, but 8.5 by 11, we're going to go to continue. We are going to send this to our printer. We're going to be using our Canon 9500 series. We do not need bleed because all of our offsets are white, but we are always going to use system dialog. After you have done that, we're going to go to print. Now, if you do use system dialog, it's going to pop up behind your Cricut Design Space window. From there, what I like to do is change my media and quality. I love for it to feed from my rear tray and then change your quality to best. And after you have done that, we're going to click print. And now that we have our stickers printed, I wanted to show you the quality that you get. Even if you create these in Canva, it's still really, really good quality. Although a lot of times it'll say, have that little yellow triangle with low resolution. Don't worry about it because they're still great quality. Now, today we are using Tech Wrap vinyl sticker paper. This is gonna be my first time using this sticker paper, and I'm just gonna be honest, it's because we're out of the Cricut brand. If you want my honest opinion, the Cricut brand has the best sticker paper, especially the waterproof sticker set on the market right now. I will say it's a little bit more pricey than normal. We're actually on the hunt for our favorite sticker paper because unfortunately, the last few times Zykoto has been letting us down, and I hate to even say that out loud because we have been married and loved Zykoto sticker paper, but I swear the last few times that I've used it, it feels so paper thin. So we're gonna test this out today and we're gonna see if it works. So I am going to be placing this down on my mat and then I'm gonna make sure I bray it down really well. So I'm just putting this up in the top left corner, getting my brayer. Hint, to what might be coming New Year's Day, make sure you get on that wait list. And then we're going to send this to our Cricut. I'm going to cut this on the printable sticker paper white cut setting. And we're gonna see how well this tech wrap vinyl does. Okay, let's see the final results of this sticker paper. I'm pretty pleased. Now, I did do this on this cut setting so that we would have a kiss cut. So let's see if it passed the test. There are some places that it still cut through. So it looks like we probably need to change our cut settings, but still overall pretty pleased. And there you have it. There is one of our stickers from our sticker set that we created in Canva and then cut in Cricut Design Space. It really is super simple. You don't need to make it super complicated. Just remember, if you are wanting to go ahead and set this up in Canva, to then just have to upload it into Design Space, make sure you go to that edit tool and put an outline on all of your stickers so you can go ahead and have that offset kind of already predetermined so you don't have to worry about it in Design Space. Oh my goodness, guys, what did you think? Was it easier or harder than you thought to create stickers in Canva to then upload to Design Space? Personally, I think once you see the process, it makes it so much easier, and getting your canvas set up in that 6x9" size is really gonna help you just download and upload that straight into Cricut Design Space so that you have it already preset. I think that is one of the things that makes it a lot easier for us when we are creating in Canva and then uploading into Design Space, is making sure our canvas is the correct size. So that is a big thing. Make sure your canvas is 6x9 to fit within the print and cut parameters. But like I said, it is, once you see the actual process, it is so simple. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about today, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time we get crafty. Y'all, I'm serious. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought. If there's anything you want us to teach you when it comes to creating in Canva and then putting into Design Space, drop that in the comment section as well. We love to hear your suggestions. We love to know what you want to see next. So make sure you leave us a comment, interact with this video. And if you haven't already, make sure you check out that $7 trial membership so that you can get access to some of these amazing cut files that we have at Maker's Gonna Learn, as well as all of the education that comes along with it. And that is the invaluable part, is having that education so that you can have the confidence to craft and not just let your investment sit in the box. On top of that, make sure you get signed up for our wait list, because we have an amazing New Year's Eve event happening on December 31st, starting at 7. So make sure you join that wait list so that you are the first to learn about the big announcement that we have. It is something, if you've been around the channel, you may kind of have an idea of what we may be bringing back, but we are bringing back something huge on New Year's Eve. So make sure you get signed up for that wait list. And like I said, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time we get crafty. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stop what you're doing right now, because Canva has dropped some updates. And we're not just getting one, not two, but 6 new features that I feel like are absolutely going to blow your mind. If you're new here, my name is Lauren, and I'm a craft producer here at Maker's Gonna Learn, where we strive to bring you inspiration, education, and motivation to get started crafting today. And y'all, Canva is one of our favorite design softwares to use, and they have dropped 6 phenomenal updates that I don't think you're ready for. So if you are ready to learn about these new updates, stay tuned, because I'm going to show you exactly where to find them and how to use them and how you can utilize them within your crafting space. So let's go ahead and jump over to Canva to see what all is new. Now that we are here in Canva, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and open up a new canvas. We'll just do a 2000 by 2000 pixel canvas just so I can show you all of these new design features. So the first one that I want to start out with is in the text field. So I'm just going to pop a text box here on my canvas. And also, guys, if you don't know those shortcut keys for Canva, that is a T. All you have to do is hit a T on your keyboard to get a text box to appear. So hands down, one of my favorites. So after we've done that and we have a text box here on our canvas, coming up here to our fonts, number one, we can star fonts now. So scrolling down, I can see all of the fonts that I have uploaded. And once I find one that is my favorite, first of all, Marigold Morning from Maker's Gonna Learn is one of my favorites. So is the Soho. But to favorite it, all you have to do is hit these three little dot icons and you can star a font. And now that font is going to be featured at the top of your text box. These are the things that we have been asking for and waiting for, favoriting or starring fonts in an easy place to find. Hats off to you, Canva. I'm obsessed, but that's not even the best one. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one with text. And I'm actually going to choose this one here because it is a bolder font. The next thing that I want to show you that you can do inside of Canva now is going to be with your text and colors. So after you have chosen a text, coming up here to colors, you can come down here and you can have gradient colors on your text. Like, what? Is that a foiled effect? Stop. That is phenomenal. I love it. So the gradient is new. You do have all of these, like you have a monochromatic gradient here. You have your gradients down here. You have these foils, phenomenal. But not only that, you have all of these default gradient colors, but you can come up here to the very top and you can click this plus icon, and not only can you choose your solid color, but going over here, you can choose your gradient colors as well and your gradient style. This to me is a game changer. I think this is a great feature that Canva has added and you can play around with it. I want to come back to here and then go back because there was something cool that was happening. Oh, so this one has lots of gradient colors. So you can add as many or have as few as 2 gradient colors. So let's just say we come back over here to our solid color, and now it is a solid color. Let's just go with this, and we come back to gradient. We have this color, but then I can also pick a third color and the opacity of that third color. Now that is fun. Now I want to change the background to like a random color and see how this gradient right here. So this one is where is it? It's at the end. So that's why it's there. So if it was, then it fades out to the sides. Okay. Or let's even add a third one that's more solid, not as. So we've got it at 100%. You can move it. That is amazing. I am obsessed with the new gradient feature in Canva. Y'all, game changer. Now, the next thing that I want to show you with Canva that is new is going to be something that you can do to certain elements, or you can do it to uploads that you have. So I'm going to pop my Finder into view. We're just going to find an element. Let's just do this Santa patch. If you watched one of our previous Canva videos, we did these cute, amazing little patchwork, AI created patchwork designs. But what you can do now is you can invert colors quickly. Now, I don't know that this Santa inverted is going to look good, but I'm going to show you how you can do it. So once you are here with edit, if you come over here to adjust, you can scroll all the way down, and here where it says color, you can quickly just boop, invert the color. That's creepy. I like that better. Let's find something else to invert. Here, now that I have found a really good element that I think would be a good representation of when you might use this invert thing, is we have a graphic here that is just solid black. But if I wanted to put this on a solid black or a darker color background or certain colors, it may not look as great. So this will be great for if you are wanting to convert a solid black or a solid white image to the opposite. So let's say I wanted this to be white. All you have to do, come up here to edit. Once again, we're going to adjust, coming down here to invert color. It quickly takes that black graphic and turns it into a white graphic. So this is where I think we would use that invert the most. You could play around with it with other elements. We have some other uploads that it might be cool on. So here's one. Let's just go to add a page and let's bring this down here. I don't know what this is going to look like. That Santa Claus was creepy, but we're going to test on this one. So we have this selected. We're going to go to edit, adjust again, and invert the colors. It looks kind of cool, like it's under a black light or something, but that is also a new feature. And like I said, I think it is going to be used the most when you need an element and it might be in black or white and you can quickly flip it one way or the other. The next feature that is new in Canva is going to be this shape generator. So how you're going to get there, let's say you want a specific shape of something or an outline of something, but you can't find what you are wanting. What you can do is come over here to elements. We can now browse categories. Now, this is all going to look different compared to what elements used to look like. So you can search your elements here. You can kind of look for elements that they just have kind of like elements that are most used up here at the top. You can find those there. You can still find your recently used, but here are the categories now. They look a little bit different than what we're used to. Now, we're going to go to shapes. So this is for those who are wanting to generate a very specific shape. You can do so now utilizing Canva AI. So let's just see if we can generate a wavy, thick arrow that points to the right. And then you'll hit generate instead of just enter. And we'll see what it gives us. This one's fine, but you can see it can generate the shape. Let's try doing another one. Let's say we want to do a pencil, or no, a pencil's pretty simple. Let's do a paintbrush. That one's also not great. Let's try this. A flower with 10 petals. And we want to generate shape. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that only has 7. So you can see the generate shape. It's still working the bugs out, but it is a new feature that we wanted to make sure you all knew about. We've not been able to have it give us great shapes, and honestly, Canva has such a good arsenal of shapes in general. You may not use this one as much, but it is there in case you are looking for a very specific shape that you want it to create. You can do so by going to your elements, going to shapes, and then you generate a new shape. Now, this next feature, I have saved it for last because not the very last. We're going to do another one at the very last, but this feature I have saved toward the end because it is hands down my favorite new feature in Canva. And y'all, I think this one is really, really going to blow your mind when you see it. So if for some reason you find a graphic that you really like, so let's just search illustrative images because right now, hand-drawn graphics or illustrative graphics are some of my favorites. Actually, I know that I know this is what I was thinking of. Something like this or this one. This one is a really, really good one. I am obsessed with this style of graphic right now. I think I love it. What you can do is if you find a style that you like, and let's say you want to put it onto a different element. So let's do a Christmas tree. Why not? Because I think a Christmas tree would be very pretty like this. So let's choose, not that guy. Let's choose, maybe this could be cool. Let's just keep on looking. Either one, it doesn't matter. We're going to see what it looks like for both of these. So I'm going to place these here. Once again, I really think this is going to blow your minds. This is the style I want to make these. So this is going to be great if you find one graphic, but you can't find another one that will match it and you're trying to create a cohesive looking design. What you can do is you can choose, select the graphic or the style of graphic that you like. Coming up here where this little paintbrush is, you can copy that style. Okay, we're copying the art style, and now we can paste it onto a different image. And what it's going to do is AI is going to take this same image and generate that image in the style that you chose. So once again, here, while this is generating, I'm going to copy the style. Now, this art style is a pro feature, just so you know, and you can do multiple images. You can generate multiple things similarly around the same time. You can see I can't do it at both together, but now look at this Christmas tree element that is more so in the style of that whiskey glass. I really, really like that. I think it's super cute. It gave a little bit more pattern than I was looking for. Now, this one, when I scroll up, let's just go ahead and duplicate this page, and I'm going to take those two off and scale this one up. Because it was a watercolor image to begin with, it didn't really work super well with that specific style. But let's say we took this watercolor style itself, copied that, and we put it onto the whiskey glass and see how well that translates. So you can see this right here will change the game for those of you who use Canva to create designs that sell on print-on-demand shirts or digital art or whatever. This is going to change the game when it comes to designing. I'm telling you right now, it is hands down one of my favorite things that I have seen in a long time. That looks not great, but it's okay. As you can see, you still are going to have to play around with it. Now, this is going to be great if you are wanting to quickly create like coloring pages, because what we can do, let's say we wanted to create this Christmas tree into a coloring page. And then we can type in coloring book. Let's just randomly pick this. So this is a coloring book kind of style image. And what we can do, copy that style, paste it onto that Christmas tree. And what it's going to do is it's going to quickly turn just about any element that you pick into a coloring book page. While we are waiting on Canva to copy this design style for us before we go back and look at it, I wanted to come talk to you guys real quick, because if you do not feel confident in using Canva, did you know that Makers Gonna Learn has a course called Canva Confidence, where we teach you all of the basics that you need to know to help you become a Canva pro. So if this is you and you're like, yes, Lauren, I need help. I don't know what I'm doing with Canva. I need more assistance. Make sure that you click that link down below and check out Canva Confident, because we have helped so many people step up their design skill and help them really understand Canva and how it works. Now, I know we're talking about Canva Confident, but if you're interested in learning more about crafting, getting your hands on every single course that we have created in Makers Gonna Learn, including our sublimation course, we have a digital design for creatives, we have a new AI course where we teach you how to utilize AI for creatives, as well as our Canva Confident course that I talked about, all of the cut files that we have in our library, every single font we have, you can get plugged in with MGL Plus today, so you can get that Canva Confident course plus our full Digital Design for Creatives course all in one thing. So if this is something that interests you, make sure you click that link down below, because we have so much to offer. So let's go ahead and pop back over and see what it has created for us. And there you go. Now, it is a little bit fuzzy, but I'm pretty impressed. I love the copy style. I think that it is going to be one that I'm going to use over and over and over. I love it. And the last feature that I wanted to show you is you can ask Canva. So you can use this as your AI buddy that can help you design. It can make an image. It can give me design advice, generate text, so many different things. So if you're wanting to say, hey, Canva, give me design advice, all you have to do, hit that, submit that, and then Canva is going to give you some design advice according to what their AI thinks. I like the mix of Christmas tree and flower. It feels playful and festive. Right now, though, the flower pulls attention from the tree. Since it's large and detailed, try making it smaller or moving it beside the tree so the tree stays the main focus. So look, it will give you design feedback right here within Canva. And let's just say we take this one out. Let's have it give us feedback on this. We'll move this one down, maybe add that one here. We'll duplicate this one, move it back, see what it says, maybe separate them out a little bit more, and you can have Canva be your design buddy. So once again, we're going to ask Canva, what can I do to make this design look more cohesive? The trees look lovely together, but they feel a bit separate in style and detail. Try unifying them with a shared color tone or watercolor texture so they feel like part of the same scene. A soft background wash or a gentle shadow beneath all three could also tie them together nicely. So it's telling you that these don't really look like they go together. This is going to be a game changer, like I said, for a lot of people. So we love that new Ask Canva feature. Oh my goodness, guys, what did you think about all of those new features? I told you at the beginning of this video that your mind was going to be blown, and I think it probably has been. I am so obsessed. The copy style, I can't even deal with that. This is what I have been wanting, because if I find one element in Canva, but I can't find matching elements, now all I have to do is copy the style and paste it on there right on my canvas. This is going to make designing so much easier and so much faster. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every single time we get crafty. And y'all, we love to hear from you. So I want you all to pop off in the chats. Let me know what your favorite new feature is in Canva. If you have a feature that I didn't talk about that you love, leave it in the chats and let us know. We love reading your comments. We love interacting with you. So make sure you leave me a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Wee. Sound the alarm, guys, because I'm back with you today with a new design trend that you've got to jump on. Y'all, this has started taking over Etsy. I've seen it all over Facebook. This is wild, and I'm going to teach you how you can create this new design trend utilizing AI. Yes, I know you're probably thinking, I don't know, I've never played around with AI before. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I'm going to show you exactly how to get the results that you want to create this cute and amazing design that you can then use on pretty much whatever you want. So make sure you stick around to see exactly how you can do this. If you're new to the channel, my name is Lauren, and I'm a craft producer here at Makers Gonna Learn, where we strive to bring you inspiration, education, and motivation with not only your Cricut, but crafting and selling your amazing designs and products as well. So let's go ahead and talk about this. We have noticed this design trend taking off, but I feel like it's fixing to be huge, and you need to jump in on it now before it gets huge. We have been seeing people create these PNG images that look very textured and very realistic. So you may see some that look like a patch with like an embroidered patch. You may see some that look like latch hook yarn, like a rug. I've even seen some crochet styles. But what people are doing is they are creating these images to then either use on printable HTV, their print-on-demand designs that they're selling on Etsy, or even just creating these images and selling these digital downloads on Etsy as well. So I'm here to make sure that you know exactly how to do this so that you can recreate it, whether you're creating something for yourself or something to sell, either way. So let's go ahead and hop over to our share screen so that I can show you what I'm talking about and we can walk through the process of how you can take an idea, put it into chat, get your design, and you can use it however you want from there. So let's go ahead and hop on over. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to start here in Etsy just to show you how it is trending. So I'm going to type in trendy PNG. And that kind of gives me some insight, but y'all, look at this. Here is one that looks like it's been crocheted. Here is another one that is an AI generated image that looks like textured yarn. You can see how trendy this is at this point. I mean, it's one at least on every single line so far. We did miss this one, but then here's another one. So this is what we are wanting to try to recreate, is some type of image that gives us this yarn or patchwork type feel, because this textured PNG is going to be huge. We have a feeling that it's going to be huge. What I like to do is kind of get an idea of what I like. I don't want to rip off anyone else's designs, but you can see we use Etsy as a trend spotter to spot these trends. So getting an idea of where I'm at. And then from there, because I want to create a Christmas one, I'm just going to type in Christmas in general and kind of get an idea of what I want to create. I love this whimsical looking Christmas tree here, and it's not one of those textured designs, so I don't feel like I would 100% be ripping that off, but I do love the composition. There's some more here, but you can go through here and kind of choose what you like, choose what fits what you're wanting to create. These little geese are always going to be super, super cute. I love this Merry Christmas. You can always look on Etsy, or Pinterest is another good place to look. Here you can see I've just typed in Christmas PNG here to look at images. We may even try to do a retro Santa. I'm still on the retro Santa kick as well. This little cowboy Santa is super cute too. But what you're going to do is you are going to choose an image that you want to somewhat model your design after. From there, what you're going to want to do is we're going to take a screenshot. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of this retro Santa to show you how we're going to get to where we want to go. Now, after you have done that, we're going to head over to ChatGPT. I'm going to use this as a reference image to get my prompt. I'm not going to be creating an image from that image right now. What I then want to do with the prompt that we have given you down below, you can see I have it in a Google Doc here. We're just creating a prompt. We're not creating an actual image. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it over here into ChatGPT. And I actually do have to change this. So it needs to say create a prompt that will generate a hand-drawn embroidered applique patch style illustration. So here is where you can change things up. We're going to give you a couple different ones to play around with. This one we are working on an hand-drawn embroidered or applique patch style illustration, not really like the latch hook or the crochet. If you want to, you can change it here, generate a hand-drawn, or let's just take out hand-drawn. Let's generate an embroidered and applique patch style illustration. So here's where you would change it if you want it to be like a latch hook rug style yarn or a crochet yarn style illustration. That's where you're going to change it. We do also come down here and say combine fabric applique areas with embroidered stitching for added texture. You can see with this, you have to be really, really very detailed. But remember, we're just creating a prompt. So after you have this in here, we're going to send this and then it's going to create a prompt. And at the bottom of it, I did say use the image I provided as the subject and as a reference of colors. So here is the prompt. You can see it is generating this prompt for me. And after it generates the prompt, we're actually going to head over to Canva and we're going to do an AI image generation from Canva. And we may even take the same prompt. We may put it into ChatGPT and see what kind of different results we get, just so you can see the different AI generations and see which one you may like and which one you don't like. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy it. Now I am going to read through this before I actually put it through Canva, just to kind of change some things if I need to. But after I have done that, I'm going to head over here to Canva. Now from your home screen, I did go over here to Canva AI, and you're going to make sure you select Canva AI, and then I'm just going to paste that in there. Once I've pasted it, I'm going to go through and read it and make sure that there's nothing that needs to be changed, nothing I want to add. So we want to hand draw. I don't want it to be hand drawn. I want an embroidered and applique patch tile illustration of a vintage Santa Claus face. Now that I have read over this prompt, all you have to do is we are going to submit that and send that to the Canva AI image generator, and we're going to see what it gives us. So you can see, wow, that truly does look like a patch when you click on it. But you can choose which one you like. That one is not the right size. And actually, I forgot to change the thing. So I'm going to paste this back in here. I'm going to change this from 16 by 19 to a 1:1 ratio. And we're going to generate that again and see what it gives us the third time. But as it's generating, let's look at all of these other ones. That one is also beautiful. Here is a more 3D rendering. Here is a latch hook yarn style. You can see we've used kind of the same thing here. This is what the latch hook yarn style gave us. Here are some other ones that we played around with. This was a Christmas tree. This one was one of my favorites. I'm obsessed with this one. But you can see we're not using a reference image. Here's another one that we used. This one was my favorite out of these, I think. I loved this one. Look how realistic that looks. It's wild to me. Here are some more. Oh my goodness. Like that looks like real fabric, like it's laying on each other. It's just insane to me how well that looks. So here is what Canva gave us. This one even has looks like it's a little bit faded. They're all really good. But this is what Canva gave us. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I am blown away. Like I'm very impressed with this. But let's go ahead and hop back over to chat and let's now go back. So we have this, we've copied it. Let me just go ahead and make sure I copy it again. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to new chat. I'm going to go to the plus sign. We're going to go down to create an image. I'm not going to choose any style. It's not giving me a place to do a 1:1 ratio, but I'm going to paste this in. I'm going to say the illustration should be centered and clean, white background, bright high contrast. We're going to type in 1:1 ratio, comma, perfect for digital PNG clip art or sublimation printing. And now we're going to see what chat gives us. Just so we're playing around with these two different AI softwares, and then we may even go over to Playground and see what Playground gives us, just to play around with everything, and so you can see the difference. So here is what chat gave us. I think it's really cute, but if we're being honest and we go back over here to Canva, I really don't think that I think that Canva blows chat out of the water with this one. I think I get a lot more of a variety with Canva, honestly. We're going to play around with it. I'm going to go over here to Playground as well. So if you don't know, Playground is another AI software. It does use ChatGPT, but it's more of a trained AI that will give you better images. So I'm just going to start new design, and I'm just going to literally place the same one in there. So we're just going to place that in there. This is giving me Nano Banana. That is one that is new. Let's try this Nano Banana one. This one is photorealistic, high quality, precise, fast, photorealistic, creative editing. We'll start with this one. So we're going to start with Nano Banana first, and we're going to see what it gives us. Now, while we are waiting for AI to create our image, one thing I must remind you all about is the fact that Christmas Craft Week starts tomorrow. I mean, honestly, I can't believe it has gotten here so fast. I'm sure you all have heard about it at this point, but if you haven't, we are starting tomorrow to craft every single day this week. And not only that, we are bringing you no less than 5 crafts a day. We are joining up with some of the biggest names in the craft industry to bring you Christmas Craft Week. If you have not signed up, make sure you click that first link down below. Get signed up. You can sign up for free. You can come and join us for free. But if you want the files and you want to keep them forever and you want those replays, make sure you get that all access pass. That way you never miss anything, because you can come for free, but to get the files, you do have to show up live every single day. So I just wanted to let you know, if you can't be live, but you still want to get those replays and you still want to get your hands on those files, with that all access VIP pass, you are going to get 150 extra files and fonts. You're going to get more education. You're going to get so much. So make sure, if you want those replays, to go all access pass. So I think that it has created our image. So let's go ahead and hop back over here so that we can look at what we've got. Okay, guys, I really like this brown outline that this one is giving it. I don't know. I'm like very confused on which one I like the best. I want to like zoom in. This one needs to be upscaled a little bit in my opinion, but how you can do that is we can go to export and then we can upscale and remove the background here. And then once it has done that, we can then go on to download it. I'm also going to show you how you can upscale it in chat and upscale it in Canva as well. If you, depending on which one you like or which one you have access to, you always want to upscale your image no matter what you are doing. And then you can use it in your designs. So now that is upscaled, it's still not giving me a ton, like as realistic of a texture as Canva has. But I'm still going to go ahead and download that because I do really like how this one, in my opinion, looks like a true patch. Like this one is really giving patch to me. So after you have created whichever image you want and chosen the one that you like the best, I think I'm going to go with this one. If you click on it in Canva, you can come down here and it says boost resolution. So I want to boost the resolution of that one. And then what I'm going to do is download that. And then we will be able to then put it into Canva or Cricut Design Space and print it and create whatever you want from there. So once it is done, you are going to click this arrow pointing down and you are going to download that. Then you're going to tell it where you want it to go. So I'm going to title this, we'll do Santa Patch. And then save, and then I can create a new document. We'll just do a custom size of 2000 by 2000 pixels. And now I can bring my Finder back into view and bring that Santa patch back in here. And now I am ready to size it and I can print it however I want. Now, if you wanted to do this in Design Space, let's say you want to create a printable HTV or you wanted to print this yourself, all you have to do, we will open up Design Space. Once you have done that, all you have to do is come over here to upload. We're going to upload image. I'm going to bring my Finder back in, drag and drop my Santa patch, continue. It did not remove the background, but we're just going to select that background and remove it. Apply and continue. We want this as a flat graphic and then upload, and y'all, you have your very own custom embroidered patch looking PNG that you can now put on whatever you want. And like I said, this is super, super trendy right now, but look how stinking cute and realistic that is. Oh my gosh, guys, what did you think about that? I myself am so blown away with how well Canva AI did. Let's give a round of applause for how far Canva AI has come, because in my opinion, I think that those images turned out 10 times better than Chat or Playground. Honestly, I felt like I got more variety. It looked so much more realistic. Y'all, I can't. Anyway, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you may create with this style. Do you like it? Do you not? Are we thumbs upping the style? Do we not like it? Is it a thumbs down? Either way, pop off in the chat and let me know. Also, if you haven't signed up for Christmas Craft Week, guys, it starts tomorrow, so your time is almost up. Make sure you click that link down below, get signed up. We are bringing you some of the best Christmas crafts of the year that are so easily recreatable. They're not hard, and I promise you're gonna walk away this week feeling accomplished and getting some of those things ticked off your Christmas list. So make sure you click that first link down below, get signed up. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time we see a new trend and we teach you how to do it. So I cannot wait to see you guys next week, tomorrow actually, for Christmas Craft Week, starting Monday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you there. Bye, guys. Hello, hello, my crafty friends. Welcome back to the Maker's Gonna Learn channel. And we are in the middle of Vlogtober, if you didn't know, where we are bringing you either a Christmas DIY, a Christmas craft, or a really good Christmas gift every day for the month of October. Now, the reason we're doing this is because we are getting prepared for Christmas Craft Week, which is going to be November the 3rd through the 7th, a week-long event full of crafting that is, first of all, completely free for you to attend. You just need to click that link down below and get signed up. But we are teaming up with some of the top names in the craft industry to bring you 20 plus amazing Christmas crafts all week. You don't want to miss it, so make sure you click that first link down below and get signed up. Now, in today's video, I've got to get a little quiet because we're doing an inexpensive Christmas gift, and I'm coming back here to hide because I am going to be making a Christmas gift for Sadie and Shane. I don't know if you've not been around the channel, Sadie is our producer, and she got married this year. So I'm going to be making an inexpensive gift for her and Shane, and I want to teach you guys how to make it as well. So let me go ahead and show you exactly what I'm starting with as far as material-wise. We don't really have a lot because we are going to be creating a personalized, really meaningful gift in Canva and printing it. So the only thing that I have material-wise is this frame. First of all, let me take a step back. Can you believe this frame? It is beautiful. It came from Walmart. This is like a poster size frame. What I love about this, look at those curved corners, like how pretty. And that color of that wood, I mean, I'm obsessed. Not very expensive. It's also linked down below. But I'm going to show you how you can create a collage in Canva and then have it printed, and you can do same day pickup at Walgreens. I'll walk you through the process. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to be making this collage in Canva. You can do this with Canva Free or Canva Pro. I will say that you are going to have a lot more elements to use if you have Canva Pro, but it is completely doable with a free account. So what I do to get started when I'm making a collage is I like to grab a notebook and I like to jot down everything that comes to mind when I think of either the person or the couple that I'm creating it for. So for Sadie and Shane, number one, they are huge music lovers. So concert tickets are a must. So I'm going to write down concert tickets. Next up is going to be anything records. They love collecting vinyl. So I'm going to put vinyl record on there. Next thing that I know that they love as a couple, Sadie is a photographer at heart. So I think I want to put a camera on there somewhere. Shane loves cigars. He loves going to cigar lounges. So I'm going to write down cigars. I think that's going to be a really good something to put in this collage. As well as they did take their honeymoon out west. So we're going to do something related to out west. And I've heard Sadie talk about Shane loving buffalo and bison. So I'm going to somehow incorporate that as well. So I'm going to write down buffalo. The next thing is their favorite artist and wedding song. I want to incorporate that somewhere in there. So I'm going to write down the name of that song on here, so I make sure that I don't forget it and I incorporate that. And then I love to go gather images, whether if you can find like baby pictures or younger pictures of the person or couple, that's always going to be a really good addition to a collage, as well as a couple pictures of them together, maybe one or two of them separate. An easy way that I like to do this, if I'm wanting it to be a surprise, is going to their social media accounts and saving photos and using it that way. That way you don't have to go ask them, hey, can you send me some pictures? I don't normally go in and save people's pictures from social media, but for this, I mean, it's a really, really good cause, and I want to keep this a secret. So I've gone and found some pictures that I think are going to go with that. I have them saved, and now it is time to start building our collage. So let's go ahead and jump over to our share screen, and let me show you how I set all of this up and find matching elements that go together to make this look phenomenal. So to begin creating our collage, our Christmas present collage in Canva, we want to start out over here at the Create button. Now, no matter what size frame you have, you can do this for any size frame, but for the one that we have specifically, the whole frame is 22 by 28 inches unmatted. For the specific frame that I have, it is 22 by 28 inches unmatted, and then with the mat, it's 18 by 24. So I want to start with the 22 by 28, just so I make it large enough to fit in the actual frame and not have to like tape it down and move it with the mat. So I'm going to make my document 22 by 28 inches, or the size of your frame, and then I'm going to go to Create New Design. Now, because I want to leave the mat in this frame, but I want the actual print to go past the mat, I am going to create a square or a guide for me to put all of my elements inside so that I know that they're going to fit inside the mat. So I'm going to come over here to Elements. I'm just going to grab a square. I'm going to go over to Position. And then at the bottom under Advanced, you can see here that we can change the width and the height, and you can either lock or unlock the size aspect ratio. In Canva, everything normally stays unlocked, so I don't need to unlock it. It's already there. But the size of the area that I'm going to be designing in with the mat is 18 by 24 inches. So I'm going to make my width 18 and my height 24. And then I can just center this on the page. Now, I don't want it to be this blue color either. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put a line on the outside of it. We can bump it down to 1 here. Let's go here and let's just type in 1. And then when I go to the color, I can do a transparent so it's see-through. And now I just have a guide that I can really see what it's going to look like. So now it is time for us to start grabbing elements to put into our collage. So I'm going to come over here to Elements. The first thing that I know I want to do is I think I want to do their pictures on like some playing cards. So I'm going to go for like a king and a queen. So we're going to do King of Hearts, and we're going to find a playing card that works. Now, here is another thing. When you are creating these collages, if you go with the graphics, if you go with these types of images, you need to keep those graphics the same. We don't want to go back and forth between graphics and photos. You are really looking at trying to keep all of this consistent. So you want consistent designs throughout the whole thing. So one good way of doing this is, let's say you found something in the elements, maybe this one, for example. How you can find things that match is Magic Recommendations will pop up, and you can go to See All, and it will show you lots of different options that still fit within that theme. So you can see here, there is a queen here that matches it. So there is a king and a queen card that matches here. Maybe you're going for more of a black and white look, which is perfectly fine. Here is like the black and white spades and clubs. That could fit. But for this one, I think I want to go more images instead of graphics. So I'm going to hop back over here and I think I want to go for the photos section. So I really like this king card. I like how it looks kind of worn. I'm going to do the background remover just to make sure I remove that background, and we'll size that down. And I do love how the center of this one is also gone. That way I can put a picture of Shane in this one and maybe Sadie in the next one. So once again, I'm going to go to magic recommendations and see if I can find the queen, and there is a queen that matches, which is even better. I love that. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm just going to size these down. I'm not worried about placement yet. All I'm doing right now is trying to get all of the elements on the page so that I can start placing things here in a little bit. So we're just going to leave that there. Next up, because I do want to incorporate a picture, and this was also not on the list, but I knew in my head I wanted to. I want to incorporate a picture of one of their baby pictures or one of their pictures of when they were younger. So I want to do that in a way that feels vintage, yet something that you would see baby pictures in, and automatically the first thing I think about is a locket. So I'm going to search for locket first, and it looks like there are some options. Some of these are closed. I'm looking for more of an open locket. And this is going to be what takes the most time, is finding things that match and fit and go together. So let me try, instead of just locket, let me try open locket. Let me see if I can go see all. And see, here is a really good example. So here are some open locket graphics that I love. But when I'm putting it in here, do you all see how it doesn't really flow as well because we have a graphic and a photo? I'm not saying it can't work. It can work. It's not terrible if you can't find anything else. But we want to try to keep everything consistent. So let me just play around with some other things really quickly. I kind of like this half open one, but I was really looking for something more so with a chain, I think. We'll leave that one on there for just a minute. Okay, I have an idea. So I really like this locket and I like the antique brass of it. So I'm going to go to background remover, and then I'm also going to add a page, and I'm just going to cut and paste things that I'm not 100% sure about down here on this secondary page until I'm ready. But y'all, I think this one might be the way that I go. I do kind of like how that chain hangs off, and I can layer that chain over top of there. I like that one, and I like those together. So let's keep moving on. Next, I want to do a record. So let's put record in here. Let's go to photos. Oh, I really like this one. This is cool. We can do something cool with that. But once again, it has a background on it. So I'm going to hit that background remover really quickly. We're going to place it maybe somewhere up in here. We'll play around with all of that here in just a minute. And I do like these magic recommendations just immediately. That doesn't look as much like a photo. Like that looks more like a graphic, but maybe it could work. I do want to do a matchbox of some sort, but I don't think I want that one. I don't think that one's the vibe as much. I do love that there are, I like this one. This one's cool, but can we change that color? Let's see what we can do. No, we're going to go back. We'll just leave it like that. Perfect. Once again, we're going to hit that background remover. I'm going to bring these parameters down just a little bit, just so I can that's one of the things that I have found. It helps me design a lot more because I can really manipulate the size. If the parameters are a lot larger than the actual photo, especially once you go to background remover, I like bringing those parameters down so that I can really kind of manipulate the size a little bit better. So I think I want to do a matchbox. I've got that in there because that's going to go with the cigars So let's go back. I like this one, but I also like the idea of having just like a blank record like this, or a completely a vinyl like this, maybe down here, possibly. I think we're getting somewhere. We still got a ways to go, so just hear me out. Okay, next I want to look for a cigar. I don't know if I want to do a box of cigars or just like one individual cigar. This could be good for an individual cigar. So we're just going to go to background remover and we'll remove the background in case we want to do just like an individual cigar somewhere. Once again, do you see how these parameters, bringing these parameters in will just kind of help you when you go to like try to click on another element. If it was larger, it would be hard. You would have to come up here to positions and find it and choose it, especially when we're making collages like this. So I'm just going to keep that one there for right now. Not 100% sold on it just yet. I want to keep, oh, I think I found something. Okay. That is going to be a good piece that goes in this collage somewhere. I'm not really sure where, but it's going to go somewhere. And I have a lot of vertical images, so I'm going to change this one to horizontal. And once again, all of these are a little bit big right now. So we're going to make them all smaller kind of as we design so that we can fit everything on the collage. And I do want to keep it kind of like realistic to size as well. I think this guy, this needs to come over, maybe this one down here, maybe that in the middle. I'm still playing around with some things. So the matchbox definitely needs to be a little bit smaller, maybe like there. Okay, still have some more elements. So next up, I want to find, let's go to camera. And we're just going to, I know that I am in graphics versus images. So let's go to photos and see if I can find something. I kind of like this camera. It looks kind of cool. It's giving a very scrapbook vibe. Speaking of scrapbook, let's just type in scrapbook and see if we can find elements that we like. Like this torn paper element is so cool. Kind of like that. Let's see if we got magic recommendations. I like it, but I don't think that's it just yet. Let's just keep on moving. So let's see. We have cigar, we have a camera, we have a record. Let's go postcard now. This one's cool and just pretty simple. And here I have an idea. So I think I want to make the postcard look like it has, like I want an image, like an image type postcard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up buffalo. We're going to go to the actual photos and find one that we like. Let's try bison. Oh, that's it right there. This is the image that I need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer this with the postcard. So it's the same size. I'm going to send it behind the postcard, and then I'm going to select the postcard and come up here to transparency and bump that transparency down so that you can still see the lines on the postcard. And y'all, look at that. That looks like a legit postcard. And then after that, let's go back. I don't want to move that. I'm going to select both. So because these are layered right on top of each other, I can't really select them both just by clicking this. So I'm going to go to position. I'm going to go to layers, and I'm going to select the postcard and the photo by holding the shift key down and selecting it from the layers panel. And then I'm going to group those together. So now those are grouped as one image. And now I can move it together and resize it and whatever. And you can do that all in like just one thing. So next thing I want to do is I want to add a stamp to that postcard. I want to do photos. Oh, this will be a good one because they did take their trip out west, their honeymoon. So it's kind of like both pieces. And I'm going to put that like up here and kind of turn it maybe a little bit. It's still a little large. So let's just turn it a little bit. Do I want it that way or this way? maybe making it just a little bit bigger, and we'll zoom in so that you all can see this. And then I think I'm just going to go ahead and group those together as well because I don't really want those to move. And I think we're getting somewhere for sure. Okay, so I did find a different camera that I liked a little bit better. And I want to show you how I can, because I really like this kind of retro kind of dotted image you can see here. And I want to find more like it and more elements like it just to kind of fit things around what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move these down just a little bit right here. And what I want to show you is you can right click, or if you're on a Mac, it's control click, and you can come down here to info on any image. So we're going to go to info, and then I want to either view collection or see more like this because I'm wanting some more elements that look like this. I'm going to move these over just a little bit and send this one to the back. Bring it down and send it to the back a little bit. I really like this star. I don't know why, but I really like this star, and I think I want to put it somewhere like over here, and maybe even, do I want it in the front or the back? I don't know. We're still playing around with it. Move some things around. But this is how you can truly, and here's the thing, because the matting is going to be, the matting may cut a little bit of this off. I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal, especially because it is a collage type thing. But this is how you can find elements that resemble each other and look similar. Like this record would be really cool somewhere because once again, we're going with that record theme. We can even move it back behind everything to kind of like have it peeking out somewhere. But I wanted to see, I loved this corner piece. I love this corner piece, and it goes with the photography, Sadie's kind of photography thing. So I'm going to put this corner piece. Okay. I'm going to put this corner piece up here. I'm going to shrink it down. I'm going to put it up here in the corner, and I'm going to move it to the back like this. It's all about creating layers when you are doing a collage. It's all about making things fit and creating these layers. So now one of the last pieces I want to put is a Polaroid here. Frame. Cute. I want to see what kind of photos, because I want to show you how you can, I like the stacked one here. Okay, so I liked just this stack side. I didn't realize it came in with both. So I'm going to take this, crop it down like so, and then remove the background. And now I can place it there. We can move it to the back. We can move this down, maybe even make this cigar box a little bit smaller because I want the Polaroid to be a little bit large. I am going to let it hang off the top just a little bit. I think that is not a big deal. And now I'm going to create my frames for like the cards, this, our Polaroid, maybe even a frame on the front of this vinyl. We'll see. So how you're going to do that is we're going to go back to elements, and we're going to come down here. We're going to scroll down to where it says frames, and we're going to select the square frame. So you can see here, it's just what this represents in Canva. It means that I can drag and drop any photo into this frame, and it's going to make it look like it was meant to be there. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to I'm going to shrink this down, and I'm going to zoom in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange this on the front of this card. And if it is snapping and you do not want it to snap, you can hit control and it's not going to snap to anything. So what I'm doing is I'm clicking my element, then I'm holding control down and moving it. And then I'm going to fit that there. I think that looks really good. And then we're going to duplicate that. I'm going to zoom in over here. Once again, with this selected, it is going to be, you do have to kind of be careful. And this may be something you may want to do closer to the front of designing. We're just going to fit this there, and then I'm going to move it back behind the queen. like that. And then what you can do is we can now group these together by selecting them both. How you select them both is you click your first one, hold your shift key down, and then click the second element, and then there's going to be something come up where you can group them together. Now they're all grouped together and we don't have to worry about these being separate pieces. Next up, I want to add a frames to my locket. So I'm going to grab a circle. We are going to make it smaller, and you can turn a circle into an oval here in Canva. You can see how easy it is. And then we are going to zoom in. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make this frame fit into this locket. So I'm just going to size this down. We're going to turn it. Let's turn it just a little bit more like that. Beautiful. And now I'm going to duplicate and move this one over here. And now we can put those photos in the locket. Now, once again, I'm going to create a frame for the Polaroid. We'll zoom in. We're going to size it down. I'm going to put it up here in this corner like that. And then I'm going to select that and make it just a little bit smaller. And then we're going to have to bump it down right there. So now we have, and that didn't look, I think I'm just going to extend it past the black just a little bit. Like that. And now we have a frame for our Polaroid. So now all that's left is for us to put different elements in, different things like, for example, I'm probably going to do S&S on the Matchbox for Sadie and Shane. I'm probably going to do a wedding photo here and the date of their wedding there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all those elements, put those in, and we will be right back. Okay, guys, I did a few little finishing touches on this. I added a guitar pick here. I added some little flowers that I found and a really cute picture of them on this vinyl. I also added their first concert together, their wedding date with a little kiss here, the S&S for Sadie and Shane. And then I put Be the Song, which was their wedding song, and then lyrics from that song here. And I think that I am very, very pleased with where we're at. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to position, and I'm just going to delete this guide that I had right there. Lovely. And I actually might make this just a smidgen bigger because I want it to kind of go off the matting. So I just made it just a little bit bigger. Not a big deal. I want the matting to cover the edges of it. And now we are ready to download this and send it to Walgreens to get it printed. I will take you guys with me to pick it up, and then we'll put it all together so that you can see the finished product. So when I'm going to print something from Canva, this is honestly one of my biggest tricks to make sure everything, all of the colors are the same and exactly what I want it to be. So coming over here to share, if you'll go to download, if you are printing it, you want to change this from a PNG to a PDF print. This is going to be best for printing. Now, the only problem is this next step does require you to have Canva Pro. If you don't have Canva Pro, it is perfectly fine. You don't have to do this step, but if you do have Canva Pro, take advantage of this little trick because it does make your prints turn out phenomenal. But if you'll come down here to color profile, and I actually need to do this, you can see I had a different page. We're going to go to current page. We just want current page. And I'm changing it from RGB to CMYK because CMYK is the colors that printers have: cyan, magenta, yellow, black. RGB is what we use on our digital profile. So I'm going to change it from RGB to CMYK, and then I'm going to click download. After I have done that, all we have to do is go over to Walgreens and upload that. And you don't have to do it in Walgreens. You can do it Walmart. You could do Walgreens, CVS, whatever. I've ordered my print. Here in a little bit, we're going to go pick it up, and then we're going to put it all together when I get to the house, and you all are going to see the finished product. Altogether, the print was $26 we'll call it $30 after tax. This specific frame we use is a little bit more on, I won't say expensive. It is gonna run you around $25 with tax and everything. So we're looking at, this is like a $50 gift. In the grand scheme of things for a couple's gift, I don't think that that is very expensive. I think it's an extremely meaningful gift. It is truly going to be one of those gifts that is going to be super appreciated because you've taken your time, you've thought about the couple, you've thought about the person, you've put things together that you think they would like. So you don't have to go with the more expensive frame. You can get frames, poster frames at Walmart for as little as $10. So you don't have to get this exact frame. I love this exact frame. I think it is beautiful, but it can be even cheaper than around $50. It doesn't even have to be that much, but I can't wait for you all to see how it turns out. So later on, we'll go pick that up and we'll put this in the frame and then I'll show you. Also, just a little tip, check for coupons when you are printing from Walgreens. I found a coupon that literally gave me 50% off, bringing the total, let me go ahead and let me put it in actually, brought the total of my poster down to $12.99. That makes it even cheaper. So look for those coupons, ask Google, ask ChatGPT, find those coupons, because I promise you, you can do it even cheaper than $50 and get the more expensive frame. So just a little heads up. Okay guys, it is the same day and we are here at Walgreens. So let's go pick up our print and then we're gonna take it home and we are going to put it in the frame to give to Sadie and Shane. Okay guys, I got the goods, I got the poster. I don't think that if I open it right now, you all are gonna be able to see it, so we'll wait till we get home, but you're not gonna believe how much I actually got this for. I ended up getting this tax and all for $14.26. So make sure you're checking for those codes. Currently, at the time of my filming, there was a 50% off coupon for these posters. So check and see if they've got any codes going on. This could be such a really good, inexpensive gift. I'm telling you, definitely don't just buy it without Googling or looking at ChatGPT and asking for discount codes, because listen, I got this for 50% off. So let's go home and put it in the frame. Okay guys, we have finally made it home and here is our poster. I've not gotten it out yet because I wanted you guys to see it first. And then we will go ahead and put it in. Look how cute. I love this. This is gonna look so good when we put it in the frame. So I'm gonna go ahead and reposition you so that we can put this, I can show you how we're gonna put this in the frame. Okay, so I do have some tape here and some scissors to cut it down. I also have a box cutter in case I need to cut it that way, but what we're gonna do is we're just going to add this to our frame. So the way that this frame works is it just has tabs on the back side, which it is really hard for me to get my fingernails under, so I'm going to use this X-Acto knife for this to place it in here. Okay, so we have this. So I'm taking out this portion, but I'm gonna leave the matting in there. And what I'm going to do now is position. I think I'm first going to, because remember I said I had to get it a 20 by 30, so it's gonna be longer. So I think what I'm going to do first is cut off a small portion of the white on the bottom. We're not gonna cut off a lot, but we're gonna cut off a small portion of the white on the bottom and the top to get it to fit in this frame, because it is somewhat of an odd size frame, I think. And now we should be able to get it to fit. And I think that fits pretty perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to grab some tape and I'm going to tape this down. And then I will put the backing back on and show you all the finished product. Now, one thing you do want to make sure you are aware of, make sure you are hanging it. If you are doing vertical, make sure that the way to hang it, or this right here, is on top, and you place your actual poster down the way that you're supposed to. And then we're just going to put this backing back in. And then push these tabs back down. Da, 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 da. Look how cute. I want to show you guys closer. So let me lay it down and I'll turn you guys around so that you can see. I mean, look how pretty that is. I think it looks so good. Let me get a close-up so y'all can see it a lot better. I just think it looks so cute. I mean, honestly, such a good gift if you are trying to ball on a budget and but you still want Christmas to be very sentimental. I think this is a great way to achieve that because it is so personal, yet very, very inexpensive. And you all can use your design skills to create collages for the people in your life. So what do you guys think? I can't wait to give it to Sadie. I think she's going to adore it. If you have liked this tutorial, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time we get crafty for the month of October. Remember, it's Vlogtober, and if you haven't already, make sure you get signed up for Christmas Craft Week happening November the 3rd through the 7th. It is completely free for you guys to sign up. Make sure you click that link down below and get signed up today. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.